Megan, and today I'm here to bring you my current beauty favorites, primarily from February and then the beginning of March. So I have lots of favorites, but then a major fail as well, which you would have seen if you follow me on Instagram, which if you're not already, definitely go follow me at megfish8. And yeah, we will get into that. But I want to start with my favorites because I just have been loving certain aspects of my makeup a lot and reaching for the same products over and over again. And I also have perfume, nails, and skincare. So probably my favorite thing that I've discovered with my makeup is this cheek combo. And the two primary products that I love pairing together are the NARS Orgasm Liquid Blush and the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand Highlighter in Spotlight. These are what I'm wearing on my cheeks today, and you can see it's just the most gorgeous, like, natural flush and then a beautiful glow. And I have just natural light today, so hopefully you can see it in like an accurate lighting situation, but it's just so beautiful on the skin and it just really melts into the skin. It doesn't look heavy or powdery because they're not powders, but it's not like greasy or like yucky on your skin. Like, they just set really, really beautifully. And this NARS liquid blush, this is so like, it's not like so pigmented, but it's so thin that a little bit goes a really long way. Like, if I press a little bit out, it's always too much, and I pretty much always have to wipe away some excess because I'd rather waste a little bit of product than have like way too much blush on my face, because I already feel like I can overdo blush. The formula of this really shears out nicely, but you can also build it up. So I think this color would work for a lot of skin tones, and it's just this perfect peachy pink. Like, I think this is just phenomenal. I will be using this so much going forward in the spring and summer because it is a liquid, which I love applying. I just use a dry beauty sponge to apply it, and it just meshes in perfectly with my skin. So this is a holy grail item for me now, as is the Spotlight Beauty Light Wand. And I've talked about how horrible this packaging is to me because it's a squeezy tube, which I love, but then it has this dumb like sponge applicator, and it has like an on-off mechanism where you like turn it and then you can squeeze out product. I almost always have this on off, so you can't squeeze anything out, and I just take my finger, rub it over the sponge, and then directly apply it with my finger, because I feel like the sponge can lift up my foundation underneath, and I just like having the control of having it on my finger and applying it directly. So that is the glow that you're seeing. It is so reflective, but not glittery, not like crazy like some of my highlighters can be. It is just beautiful. They even have a Pillow Talk version of this, which I don't know if it's like a pink highlighter or if it's more even like a blush on really, really pale skin tones, but there are some different shades in this, and Spotlight is the only one I've tried, and it works so well for my skin tone that this is the one I would definitely repurchase if I ever go through this whole thing. Again, a little bit goes a really long way, and I just think it is so beautiful on the skin. And I think pairing these two products together, not only because they're both like liquids, but they just have like the same effect on my skin where they really melt in. They really just look like a beautiful, like healthy, glowy cheek. Oh my god, I just love it every time I pair them together, and this is like amazing. A match made in heaven for sure. Also, I've been using my NARS Laguna bronzer a lot, and I've been using this a lot ever since I got it, but my new favorite brush to use it with is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH02, this like bigger, I would say bronzer brush or powder brush. This is the mini size of the Laguna bronzer, but it fits perfectly with the brush, so I just kind of like swoosh it back and forth a little bit, and then I go right at my cheekbones, and I'm already wearing bronzer, so this might be too much, but then I go up on my temples. I kind of like place it before blending it, and then I always take it down my neck and chest because my neck is always lighter than my face, like just naturally. So I feel like you have to bring it down your neck so you don't look like your face is one color and your neck is another, even if it already is like that. But I really like this brush. At first I didn't. I feel like it was stiffer before, and it's not the softest brush by any means, but it really does like buff the products in nicely. And I can either put this on before the liquid blush and highlighter or after, and it gives a really, really beautiful look. So I love this bronzer, and I really love this brush. This is my current go-to, and it's a really great combo if you already have these products or if you want to try something new. So that has been like my best discovery of products I already have. And then this concealer, you can see from the packaging that I've used a ton of this, and this is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Concealer, and I have the shade, it's on the top, 200 Ivory, which is a perfect shade match for my skin. And I am not someone that likes to get a really light concealer under my eyes. I just feel like I already have like blueness under my eyes, and if I go with like a really pale concealer, I just feel like it makes me look more ghostly than I already do. I don't need help looking pale. So this color matches my skin tone, which I like under my eyes as well. So this I love so much, and it's really nice for this time of year for me because my skin is a little bit drier and I want radiance to my face, but I don't want it to be like really greasy or anything like that. This is like a very neutral tone concealer, and I think it is a pretty close match to the NARS in Vanilla, and it just blends in beautifully to my skin while giving good coverage, I would say, like medium, light medium coverage, which is just enough that I want, and then it has that radiance to it. So it is just beautiful. It's definitely creamy as opposed to matte. So I like to set it a little bit under my eyes because it can crease or like settle into fine lines, which I find also with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. So if you want something pretty similar to that at the drugstore, this is where it's at. I just find this to be more difficult to find. Like, I've ordered it online through Target and I haven't had to repurchase yet, so I honestly haven't searched for it in store, and I don't really go in store much anymore anyway. But I remember this being like not one of their like front and center products that people talk about, so it might be easier to find online, and I'll link it below. But this is so nice if you like more of a radiant concealer, and it just melts in perfectly with all my other makeup. I don't like when under eye concealer is matte and the rest of my face is glowy, so I really love more radiant concealers that give a little bit of glow under the eyes. I just think it's more like youthful, and I have, I guess, become more a parent of like looking older and stuff, and I feel like wearing makeup usually makes you look a little bit older than you are, but with more radiant products, I think that that is the most flattering. It just looks very natural and youthful and dewy and everything, and this is a nice balance. It's not too glowy, it's not matte by any means, and I just really love it. And you actually get a lot of product in here for the price. You get 0.23 fluid ounces, 68 milliliters, and I've been looking at other concealers to see like how much they really are for the amount that you get, and it's like shocking how little some concealers have in them. Like the NARS Touche Clot has barely any product, and you can't tell that because it's in an opaque container, but this is a really great value. And I have some of my NARS Radiant Creamy concealers, but I might just repurchase this from now on because it will save me money and it gives a very similar effect. So I really, really love that. The fail that I have is also a face product, and this is the Cover FX Gripping Primer. And this was so trendy like 2 or 3 years ago on YouTube. I'll never forget Tati's video on this, and then everyone, like, it sold out immediately. Everyone was talking about it. Gripping primers just blew up, and it took me a while to get my hands on this because it was always sold out, and I was pretty skeptical about it, honestly. So last year, maybe a year and a half ago, I bought this at Sephora inside JCPenney. They were like clearancing out Cover FX. And so I bought this when it was on sale, and I was just so excited to finally get it. And I don't know if I like tried it maybe once or so, but I realized I don't really love gripping primers. But I'm trying to use up my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, which is very, 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 very luminous and glowy and honestly pretty oily on my skin. So I was like, let me try this gripping primer and see if that helps the foundation more adhere to my skin and last longer. So I tried this week 2 times, and the first time I thought it was a fluke, that my makeup was just like peeling off my face. Like it was like little clumps of it were just like falling off my face as I was putting on my makeup. And then I tried it again, and that's when I shared with you guys on Instagram, like, this is happening, I'm pretty sure it's this primer, let me know if similar issues have happened to you. And a lot of people did say that that happened to them with gripping primers specifically. And then more comments came in that were saying when it doesn't like mesh in with your, like the products underneath, like your skincare, it can do that, like basically pill up and all of that. So it definitely could be like, if I tried different skincare with it, I would get a different result. But I just am so grossed out by this, and it could be like near its expiration. I don't know, because I bought it on clearance and like it was a year or so ago. I don't really know, but I don't really like gripping primers anyway because I find it hard to blend my makeup. I really like to buff my makeup on, or like really like pat it in or like blend it in, and I've noticed that gripping primers aren't really conducive to that application method. So I'm going to write this off as like sunk cost of trying something that was really hyped up. Thankfully I got it on sale, but it's just not my cup of tea, and it just made my makeup look horrible. I would rather have like oily looking skin than peeling, flaking skin. It was like all over my clothes. It was so gross. And it, like, I don't want to wear makeup to make me look worse, basically. So this, I don't know, maybe I'll pass it on to one of my friends if they want to try it, but for me, it just was a major fail this month. I keep smelling my perfume, so I'm going to mention that now. This is a new scent that I got from Something Special Scents, which is a small business that I just love and discovered last year. And I become friends with the owner, Sue, and she's just so sweet, and we message on Instagram, and it's just been a pleasure to like support her business, but also like create a relationship with her. And so when she had a sale in February, I picked up a few scents, and this is by far my favorite, and it's spun sugar and vanilla bean. And I think you're able to see how much I've used of this already, and I'm obsessed. This scent is so beautiful, and it's very sweet. So if you don't like sweet scents, you probably won't like this. But if you like sweet scents, oh my god, you have got to try this. So upon like first sniff, it's very, very fruity, and it's like strawberries and cream type of scent to it. And then when you spray it on your skin and then it dries down, the notes of like vanilla and like a richer, deeper scent like develop on your skin, and it is just delicious. Like, that is the best way I can describe it, is just a beautiful, delicious, sweet scent. And I will definitely be purchasing more of this scent for sure, because you can get the scents in all types of her different products. So it doesn't have to be perfume. You can get in lotions, like home fragrance, car fragrance, like shower gel, shampoo, all that kind of stuff. So that, I think, is one of the best parts of Sue's business, is that you can get your favorite scent in everything. And so this is definitely becoming one of my favorite scents from her, in addition to Coconut Coast. That is my favorite coconut scent pretty much of all time. And then Seashore, which is a dupe for Bobbi Brown Beach. Those three scents, I say, are her standouts that I've tried so far, but she has a million different options. And so this is just my personal favorite right now, and I have been just loving it and spraying it so much. And whenever I get a whiff of it, oh my gosh, it just makes me so, so happy. And then kind of on the other end of the spectrum of more like richer scents, I've been enjoying the Valentino Voce Viva. And I purchased this for myself for Valentine's Day this year. And I think it's like so Valentine's-y with like the red on the bottle. I just think that's so fun that it just so happens that I was like, I'm gonna get this scent, it's Valentine's Day, treat yourself. And it kind of reminds me of Valentine's Day with the packaging, and it's called Valentino, which is pretty close to Valentine's. So love that. And this is just a gorgeous, rich, vanilla, musky scent. It is just beautiful. It is a lot like richer and deeper than the Spun Sugar and Vanilla Bean, but it's just like a different vibe, and I love them both in different ways when I have different moods. And this one is just like a beautiful, sophisticated woman. Like, it is just a gorgeous scent. Easily has become like one of my favorite scents of all time, that I can see myself wearing so much over the years. It's not just like a temporary scent that I like. It's a beautiful like signature scent, and I have been really, really enjoying that when I want something a little more like sophisticated and like deep smelling. For nail polish, I've been bouncing all around. Right now I'm wearing Orly Happy Camper, which I love. It's this beautiful like blue seafoam mint color. It is very vibrant and so happy. I love that name. And when I kind of want what I call like a palette cleanser shade in between like more vibrant nails, I love the look of gel nails, but I just don't like the upkeep of getting my nails done, and I just personally like to do my own nails, and the cost really adds up. But I have discovered that the OPI Bubble Bath is a beautiful like faux gel nail look, for me at least. And I really love that they have their OPI Nail Envy, which is their nail strengthener, in some of their like classic colors, like the lighter colors. So I bought a few months ago the OPI Nail Envy in Bubble Bath, and I will do 2 to 3 coats of this on my nails. And so not only is it the nail strengthener, but it has that beautiful like milky pink color, and it's a little bit sheer, so you definitely see your nail line, and I think that is just a really pretty look from time to time. So I've just been loving this. I think it's a staple in my collection now, and I kind of shook up the bottle, but you can see when it settles that I've made like a dent in this. Like, I've used it a ton, and I can't say that about every nail polish because I bounce around so much, but this is one I've reached for a lot, and I just love that it's a 2-in-1 nail strengthener and that beautiful color. My eye look is another one that I've done a ton, and I rediscovered in my collection the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Intense Amethyst. I recently used up Amethyst, like just the original one, in a project pan, but this is the Intense, which is that same color essentially, but it's very, very metallic, which I love on its own. But I've discovered that it pairs perfectly with the Tom Ford palette in Seductive Rose, specifically this color right here. They're kind of like the exact same color, but in different formulas. This is a powder shadow, but it has the exact same sheen, the color, like the tone is that little bit purpley but still brown. So that is what I have layered on my lids today, and I've been doing it a lot. And then I do use this more like plum shade in my crease, but I also recently got the Mink Mirage palette from Tom Ford, and this palette is completely matte. So I love pairing this with other palettes because it has like kind of the perfect quad of colors that I like to use for my eyeshadow looks. And this like neutral brown is the perfect crease color, and then you have like a rich like cocoa color and then a black as well as the cream. And so I've been pairing this with this eye look because it has like that really metallicness to it, but then you can make it like more dimensional and smoke it out with this palette. So I think those are a really great combo. But if you have the Tom Ford palette and you want something to make it even more vibrant, this Intense Amethyst is like its perfect pairing. I love it so, so much. I also love my beloved Marc Jacobs Lunatic eyeliner on my waterline for this look. This also is kind of that same color scheme where it's like a purpley metallic, but this is more cool tones. So this is the Lunatic, the thin line, and then Intense Amethyst, and then the Seductive Rose powder. But this is like the perfect smoky metallic lavender. It's one of my all-time favorite products, and so this, I just love this full eye look. And I rediscovered in my collection the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. I bought this last year during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty when it was half off. And I've honestly been using so many other mascaras, I kind of forgot about this, but this is amazing. It's super great if you love big, voluminous lashes, but it's not super clumpy. It's kind of a nice balance between really, really clumpy lashes, but still voluminous. So it gives you like a lot of volume, but not like clumping them all together. Like some mascaras that are voluminous are just too wet that they like stick your lashes all together. The brush on this helps to separate your lashes. It doesn't irritate my eyes, it doesn't transfer, but I do still use the MAC Extended Play mascara on my lower lashes. This is just the best for lower lash mascara because you can literally go boop, boop, boop. Whoa, I almost poked myself in the eye. But you can just like go right at your lower lashes. It basically coats all of them at once because of the brush, and it doesn't transfer at all. So that's a major problem I have with mascaras, and this doesn't do that. So I love that. And finally, lips. I've been really loving a glossy lip, and this is one that I've loved for a while. It's the MAC Lip Glass and Oyster Girl. I've used a ton of this, which you can't really tell because it's been tipped on its side, but this is just the perfect like frosty light pink. I'm wearing it today, and it just goes with everything. It's just that perfect milky frosty pink. I don't know, I just can't get enough of it, and I love this formula of lip glosses. And then I discovered this by chance in my collection. I just wanted a little bit of color to my lips. I wasn't wearing any makeup that day, but I was going to be on a Zoom call, and so I wanted my face to be a little brighter and more awake looking, and so I reached for the e.l.f. Ride or Die Lip Balm in Bossy Berry, and this is lovely. I really, really enjoy this. The only thing I don't like is the packaging, and I feel like the packaging with the formula is a little bit tricky because it's a very thick balm, and this like you can squeeze it out, but sometimes it can be really difficult. And you can't really apply it on your lips. It's kind of scratchy. So I apply it with my finger, but it's like very thick, which I personally like. And it's this gorgeous, like kind of bright cherry color. And it just feels so good and is super fruity smelling, but it's not like artificial to me. It's just really nice. And I think this is like $3 or something. It's really, really a great product, very moisturizing and lasts pretty well on the lips because it's more of that thick formula, but it's not like really goopy. I don't know, it's like very balmy, I would say, and it's called a lip balm, so that makes sense. It's not a lip gloss. This is really nice. I really have been enjoying it. It won't break the bank, and I think it's a very, very pretty color that would just brighten anyone's face. Like, it's a perfect color for any skin tone. So I really have been enjoying that. And that is it, I think. I wanted to mention a book just in case you guys don't follow me on Instagram yet. This is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. This shook me to my core in the last week when I read this. This is a must read if you like thrillers or like suspense books. This is just one of the craziest, most like addictive suspense books that I've ever read, and it's very shocking at the ending. Like, I did not see this ending coming at all, and it's just insane. And my next step is to watch the Netflix show, which my subby Regina told me is different than the book, so I'm curious to see what happens in the show. But I highly recommend this book, and I just think this cover is so like intriguing, and I just really enjoyed that book a lot. So that is pretty much it, you guys. I hope that you're all doing really, really well, and I appreciate you spending some time with me today to hear about my favorite products. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you have been enjoying lately, and don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up before you go, and I'll see you really soon. Bye!